The story of the Bell Witch is one of the most famous and terrifying true haunting stories in American history. It took place in the early 19th century on the Bell family farm in Adams, Tennessee, and has become a legend of inexplicable phenomena, ghostly apparitions, and malevolent forces. In the early 1800s, John Bell, a prosperous farmer, settled with his family in the fertile lands of Adams, Tennessee. The Bell family, consisting of John, his wife Lucy, and their children, were well-respected members of their community. They lived peacefully on their farm, enjoying the fruits of their labor and the quiet life the countryside offered. The tranquility of their lives was shattered in 1817 when John Bell encountered a strange, dog-like creature with the head of a rabbit in his cornfield. He shot at it, but the creature vanished. This was the first of many bizarre occurrences that would plague the Bell family. Soon after John's encounter, the Bell family began experiencing strange noises around their home. At first it was subtle, soft knocking on the doors and walls, but as days passed the disturbances grew louder and more frequent. It wasn't long before the sounds evolved into chilling whispers and guttural growls. The Bell children, especially the youngest daughter Betsy, were tormented in their sleep. Invisible hands pulled their hair, slapped their faces, and yanked their bed covers. Betsy, in particular, bore the brunt of the entity's wrath. She was pinched, scratched, and even choked by an unseen force. The family was at a loss. They prayed fervently, hoping to rid their home of the sinister presence, but the disturbances only intensified. The local community, initially skeptical, soon became involved as the Bell Witch's notoriety spread. The disturbances reached a peak when the entity began to speak. At first it mimicked the voices of family members, but soon it developed its own distinct voice, clear and intelligent. The Bell Witch, as it came to be known, identified itself as Kate Batts, a neighbor whom John Bell had a land dispute with. However, this claim was never fully substantiated, and the true identity of the spirit remains a mystery. Kate, the spirit, seemed to harbor a deep hatred for John Bell. She cursed him, vowing to kill him, and tormented him relentlessly. Friends and neighbors witnessed the haunting firsthand. They were slapped, pinched, and subjected to the witch's mocking voice. Despite this, Kate occasionally displayed a kinder side, engaging in friendly conversations and even singing hymns. The story of the Bell Witch attracted widespread attention, even reaching the ears of General Andrew Jackson, who would later become the President of the United States. Curious and skeptical, Jackson decided to visit the Bell farm with a few of his men to investigate the rumors. As Jackson's party approached the farm, their wagon suddenly stopped, stuck by an unseen force. Despite their best efforts, they couldn't move it. Jackson reportedly exclaimed, "By the eternal, boys, it is the witch." At that moment, a disembodied voice was heard saying, "All right, General, let the wagon move on. I will see you again tonight." That night, Jackson and his men experienced the full wrath of the Bell Witch. Their blankets were yanked off, and they were slapped and pinched by invisible hands. One of Jackson's men claimed to be a witch tamer, but was quickly humiliated by the spirit. Jackson left the farm the next morning, deeply shaken, and reportedly said he would rather face the entire British Army than deal with the Bell Witch again. The Bell Witch's vendetta against John Bell continued unabated. He suffered from mysterious bouts of facial twitching and difficulty swallowing. As time passed, his health deteriorated. On December 19th, 1820, John Bell slipped into a coma and died the next day. After his death, a strange vial of black liquid was found near his body. The family summoned the doctor, but it was too late. The Bell Witch gleefully claimed responsibility, saying she had given John a dose of the liquid while he slept. To test the substance, a drop was given to the family cat, which died instantly. John Bell's funeral was a large affair, attended by many from the community. As the mourners paid their respects, the Bell Witch was heard laughing and singing joyfully, celebrating John's death. Her laughter echoed through the hills, chilling those who heard it to the bone. After John Bell's death, the entity's activity decreased significantly, though it did not disappear entirely. It continued to torment Betsy Bell, warning her against marrying a local man named Joshua Gardner. Betsy, driven to despair, eventually broke off the engagement. In 1821, the Bell Witch announced that she would leave, but promised to return in 7 years. True to her word, the entity reappeared in 1828, briefly tormenting John Bell Jr. She revealed information about the past and the future, discussed philosophy, and made predictions. After a few weeks, the entity left again, this time promising to return 107 years later, in 1935. However, no confirmed reports of the Bell Witch were recorded at that time. The Bell Witch legend endures to this day, captivating the imaginations of paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics alike. The Bell Farm and a nearby cave, known as the Bell Witch Cave, have become popular tourist attractions, drawing visitors eager to experience a piece of the chilling history. Skeptics have offered various explanations for the haunting, ranging from psychological factors to outright fabrication. However, the numerous first-hand accounts and the consistency of the stories over the years lend an air of authenticity that is hard to dismiss. Whether a malevolent spirit, a case of mass hysteria, or an elaborate hoax, the tale of the Bell Witch remains one of the most enduring and terrifying true stories of the supernatural. It serves as a reminder that sometimes the line between reality and the unknown is razor thin, and that there are forces in this world that defy explanation, lurking just beyond the veil of our understanding.